lift off. Good evening, everyone.
Hi,
Here
everyone.
tonight.
Hi.
Did you say hi, Mum?
No, I said hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
And hi.
With Nicole Johnson,
Hi.
which is one of our locals celebrity conveyancers. There's only a handful of conveyancers doing the business on the northern beaches. Nicole's one of the champion ones. Thank you so much for coming in tonight.
No problem.
And I'm with Mr. Angelo Gutzios. Ange, I'm sure you've got lots of questions to fire away.
I do.
So tonight we just wanted to have Nicole come in and talk about, like, it's pretty hard to get airtime from a solicitor or airtime from a conveyancer. Generally, they charge for it, and this is the opportunity where we thought if anyone live wants to throw some comments out or questions out, we'll entertain those and have a chat with Nicole about those, and also see just what you wanted to talk about, what's happening out there. So let's kick off. I think we've just got a crew. How are we going there? Let me just have a look. I'm going to bring this up.
Anyone has any questions, please ask.
Fire them away.
Fire away.
So I guess we'll start off with a pretty easy one, I guess, well, probably for you. Answering a question, what's the difference between a solicitor and a conveyancer?
Yeah, well, the difference is that conveyancers specialise in property law. Okay, so when you go to university, lawyers will go to uni for several years, but out of that time, they'll only spend about 6 months doing conveyancing. And that's where they have a broad spectrum of, they might do family law for 6 months, conveyancing for 6 months, etc. So they might choose to then be a specialist in conveyancing, they'd still be a solicitor, but that's the difference. The main difference is that we study, I went to Macquarie University, studied for 3 years, solid property law, as opposed to solicitors that go to university and study all the different laws, but only 6 months is conveyancing. And that's the difference between a property law specialist, such as a conveyancer, like myself.
A property law specialist.
I
like
like
that.
that. Yes,
I like
exactly.
that.
Yeah, well, exactly. Well, it's true.
Yeah.
And you know, I've had
So
the
3
practice.
years.
3 years, yeah.
Solid, yeah, right.
Solid conveyancing. Property law, Marbo, all that jazz, you know, that was back in 1997, which was the biggest property law case.
Yep.
And other big cases that we learnt about. But that's the logistics of the difference between a conveyancer and a solicitor.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah.
And what about, is there a price difference?
Is there...
Because everyone focuses on that. Like, I know as a real estate agent, that's the first thing that people have got, that illusion that if I go to a conveyancer,
they
it's
could be
a little bit cheaper.
Yeah, that is the perception, definitely. But, you know, you pay for peanuts, you get monkeys. It's basically that what you have to look for when you are looking for a specialist is a specialist. Somebody that has knowledge, somebody that has community knowledge as well. I started on the beaches in 1997 and I know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
So that's the main thing. But yeah, so people, when they are looking, the best bet, if you want to get a will or something else done or have family law, sure, go to a lawyer, go to a solicitor. But when you want to get a specialist with property law, my solid suggestion is go to a conveyancer. And someone that's been established, not the new kid on the block that's looking for this, that and the other.
Yep.
Yeah.
You've sort of, I guess, would have seen almost you make the mistakes yourself over the years and you don't make them again.
That's right, you live and learn, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But the difference you were saying was in relation to price. And it is often, what I do as a conveyancer is you've only got one law. It's called conveyancing, okay? And it's covered all by the same law.
Yep.
Solicitors do the same law, conveyancing do exactly the same job, exactly the same. What I don't do is I don't look at what people are buying it for. So you might be buying it for $1 million or $1.
Yep.
But I'm still doing the same job I would do for me, for them, for everybody else. And the main thing is that I treat everybody as if I'd want to be treated myself.
Yeah,
it's
nice.
easy. The other thing is that I walk a straight line. And I'm not in court. And that's what conveyancers are in relation to solicitors.
Yeah, often.
Okay, and often, that does often happen, that the secretary is picking up the slack for the lawyers as they're in court.
Yep.
With conveyancers, we don't go to court. We don't.
That's a
not,
big one. That's
yeah,
I like
actually.
that one. Yeah.
because that's like civic law, civil law, family law, and a different concept
right
of
when you
law.
need your lawyer.
Exactly. So when you're looking to buy something, and you're in a
you're right in the heat of the moment.
Yeah.
And then,
you want someone there,
want
not someone in
there.
court, not someone's secretary. Now, I've been down that track, and that's where I first started. I got pushed into law. I wanted to be something else, but anyway.
What did you want to be?
I wanted to be a French interpreter for
Yeah,
Miss
no
World.
way.
Yeah, I did.
No way.
But anyway, I just made a movie
So you
with
can
Kate
speak-
Blanchett, like I just said.
So you
but
can
that's
speak
another
French
story.
beautifully.
I was dux at school.
Wow.
But we're not going to go down
Yeah.
that road.
I can speak French, but I just can't speak the language.
Oh,
Yeah,
can you?
yeah.
Parlez-vous français?
Understand.
Yeah.
Parlez-vous français?
Yes,
No,
yes.
So the difference between that is, so what I was saying was that it might be $1 million worth of something or $1. It's the same law and I charge a flat fee.
Yep.
Okay, and that's what I do because I don't want any hidden extras. I want to sleep at night.
Yep.
I want to go to sleep at night and I don't want any headaches or anything. I just want to walk a straight line. And that's me.
Yep.
That's me myself as a conveyancer that I walk with my head held high. And I just keep walking no matter what. You go up and you go down and
you
you
go.
just keep going.
Tell me, what do you reckon about property? What's happening with property? What are you seeing with your types of your favourite clients? Would they be like your sort of your first home buyers, retirees, bit of everything? But what are you seeing these guys out there doing at the moment with property and?
Okay, I love helping
what are your
people.
tips?
Okay, my tips.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have any tips, but the main thing is once you see a property that you like, you want to grab a contract. You want to get it over straight to your conveyancer to read it before you sign on the dotted line.
Yep.
There's nothing hard about that. The other thing is buyer beware. That's another tip that I always give my clients. So when you're going to look for a property, I would always tell my clients to flush the toilet.
Yep.
Turn on the shower. I want to check that the pressure's going to be good. I don't want it to be drip, drip, dripping,
Mobile
dripping.
reception.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Mobile reception?
You're on a phone contract or whatever, and you've just signed up, and you can't even get a phone call. There's still some parts of the area where, yeah.
There are, but there's ways around that, I think.
Right.
There are ways around that. So, but the main thing is looking for a good property that's selling well, and you want to know the nooks and crannies. You want to know, is it going to fall down? Is it full of termites? Is there going to be a special levy? And special levies, as you know, is anything over and above the norm. So that's what I'm looking for, and that's what a property specialist would do, is look for this, tell you that, and really hold your hand until the end.
Yeah. What about cladding?
Cladding?
Cladding.
What about cladding?
Have you been getting any shit fights over cladding on strata buildings?
No, I have not.
No.
I haven't at all. So I haven't touched that base yet.
Yep.
But if and when I do, there are obviously ways around it and people to discuss that cladding with. Again, that would be a specialty. Cladding, asbestos, those sort of things would happen. So I do know that locally, the local developers around here do not use that sort of thing. So I can confidently say that.
Pretty good.
Can we say names?
Yeah. It's even better when you say names.
What, Meriton?
Yep.
Oh. Yeah, so Harry.
They're good.
I love
good to us.
Meriton. Well, I love Meriton.
Have you been in there?
No,
The
not
Meriton
in there.
building?
No, but I did a show for Meriton for Harry.
Did you?
I did a TV show.
No.
And I went to the penthouse at Homebush and I interviewed one of their ladies that works for
Yep.
Harry Triggerboff, and he's obviously High Rise Harry is what I called him on television. So High Rise Harry is what I love, and I love their building. I love their work.
Oh, look,
I
if-
really love their work, and
if-
I don't know why I keep saying it.
If
but
you
I
get a
do.
chance, if you hear during business hours,
Yeah.
we'll take you there.
Great.
We got the master key. We can show you some of the cracker units in there. There's the highest apartment ever built on the Northern Beaches is still for sale for 1.69.
Really?
Yeah, it's really
that
really
all?
well priced. It's really well
That
priced.
seems
but
cheap.
yeah, it's
How
very
many
well-
bedroom is that?
I'd like to say 3.
Uh-huh.
The third room you can fit a double bed or a queen size bed, but they call it a study.
Okay.
But it's
Yeah, I know, to get around
it's
it.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah. But
Wow,
it's a 2-story. It's
1.69.
stunning.
Two-story?
Yeah, sold to you.
Oh,
As an
thank you.
offer. Yeah. Would you like to offer 1.65? We can take that to the owner.
I'd love to, yeah.
But no, it's cracker. And then you're right. There's no cladding on there. I don't think so anyway.
Well,
yeah.
everything to do with Meriton is good.
Yep.
I always, whenever clients buy Meriton, I always go, I'm not going to have any problems, you know.
Yeah.
And you know the building
Because there's
inspection
a lot
at the
in
end.
Warriewood. You do a lot because where are you're actually Narrabeen.
I'm at North Narrabeen, but I can see anybody around the world, and I do. All
Yeah.
my clients are around the world. But one of my clients sold the biggest parcel of land to Harry, to Meriton, for $4 million. $4 million at Warriewood.
Yeah,
it was
wow.
the biggest. It was the biggest deal I've ever done. $4 million.
Yep.
And I'm acting for the vendor, selling it to Meriton.
Yep. Yeah.
But you know what? I just cross my T's and I dot my I's and I make sure. And after 22 years, I do have a perfect record. Touch wood.
Touch wood.
Yeah.
There's
So-
wood somewhere.
So with the conveyancer, you've got
Angie's still there.
yeah.
Oh, sorry,
Well,
sorry.
I
I did chit chat.
Sorry, mate. I'll talk too much.
No,
Yeah, yeah.
that's all right. No, so you're acting for vendors and purchasers. So step us through, like when you, for example, we've got an owner looking to sell a place, they get introduced. What's the next steps? Step us through what the process is regarding the sale.
For a vendor.
For a vendor, yeah.
Yeah.
So what do they need a solicitor for? Because there are some,
Okay.
we do go to some that where they say, do I need a solicitor or do I need a conveyancer?
You need a property law specialist, and a conveyancer is what you need. So, if somebody came to you and said, I need help, you say, great, legally, I have do. Then what I would do, my first step with that client is to take down the address and take their credit card details or give them my bank account details. That easy. I can get it started with a contract prep fee, $300. Now, if they never sell that property ever, then that is all they ever pay. Done.
Yep.
That contract should last forever.
Yep.
Okay, unless councils merge, like we've seen on the Northern Beaches, unless it merges, then that would be an only other reason that you would need to upgrade your contract.
That's a good
So-
tip. That's a really good tip. So
Yeah.
contract ready straight away. And as a real estate agent, because when we sell someone's property, the first thing we say to them is, look, you have to get a contract ready.
Mm-hmm.
People come to you, it's only $300 to get it ready, and you can do it.
In 1 hour.
Wow.
So I can do a contract in 1 hour because I'm so experienced and
Yeah.
I have counsel, everything all set up, ready to go. All I need to do is talk to somebody on the phone, mobile, wherever you are in the world, maybe on the beaches, but
Yep.
anywhere, and get that done. As long as your property is on the Northern Beaches, I can get it done, usually within an hour. And if I can't, I'll take you down the local.
Yeah. Super.
Winery,
which is
dinery.
which is your local?
Oh, my local is actually Narrabeen RSL.
Oh.
The little nook and cranny. Because we've got
Legendary
two
place.
Winfields.
Guys, look it up. It's, if you haven't been there, it's a cracker.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we've got some great bands coming soon, so it's really
Yeah.
good. Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
great
nice.
place. Yeah.
So that's one side. What about purchasers?
No purchases.
Yeah.
Okay. So purchasers, when they call me up, hi, I'm buying a property. First thing I say is, have you got a contract? Yes. If not, get one to yourself. Get the contract sent to yourself. Then you have control getting it from yourself to me. Don't let the agent send it to me because you could be waiting forever.
That's a good tip.
We don't want to wait forever.
Yeah.
So if you do that, you have control. So I would say to them, right, I will call them up and introduce myself. That's the first thing I say. I want to get on the same page as everybody else.
And you hope that they use Novak Properties because that's your favourite agent.
That is my favourite
Yeah.
agent. Yes, it
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
Cheers.
Yeah,
But no, that's exactly what would be done. So I would definitely get them to send their contract straight over to me. I can read it within 1 hour. Okay? So if people are going to auctions as well, I also offer free contract review.
Okay.
So
normally that can be a cost of $100, $200
$100
for reading a
but if
contract.
you are a Novak client or customer or referred through Novak,
Ching.
everyone will be for free.
Everyone's a winner at Novak.
Everyone's a winner at Novak.
Hey.
So there you go. So it's easy for me to read because I know what I'm reading. I can advise you on what to do. If you have any family law matters or anything, I can deal with your family lawyers as well. If you need interpreters, we've got interpreters as well.
So
Yeah.
Okay, so the journey of the purchaser, they got the contract ready.
Yep, sorry.
You check the contract for the purchaser.
Check the contract.
Then what do?
Okay, then I'll advise them. I'd give them a written thing. Then I'd ask if the agent has a strata, pest or building inspection done, because most
It's a
of them
done thing
do.
these days, hey?
Most of them do these
love
days.
that or hate it?
I love it.
Yeah.
It makes
It's
my
easy.
life
Good.
easy.
It's on
If-
hand straight away.
Exactly. So as long as the client just pays for that link, get a link, done, dusted.
It's easy.
They send it to me, I read it, I give them information. I'm not a builder, and I didn't
No.
say I was.
Yeah.
But I can definitely look and see what's needed, and if the builder or someone is needed to be contacted, I'll do that.
So if
Make
it's
a list.
If it's a unit,
Yeah.
you need a strata inspection generally.
You do.
Do you get a building?
No. So
No.
with a strata report, you only are really buying the air within the four walls.
Yep.
That's what I tell my clients. So, air between four walls, you can look around at all the cornices and everything, but a builder will not be looking on your rooftop or anything like that.
Yeah.
In the strata report, it will say what the last minutes of meeting were, what was discussed. You know, and I can really read into those sort of things. And if I need any more help, I will go to the body corporate and I'll ask.
Yep.
If I want answers, I'll get answers. They're going to be answers somewhere. Yeah.
And do you want to explain the strata, how the strata thing works with the 50 bucks thing?
Yeah, so with the strata report, so now in the last 3 or 4 years, so generally prior to that, anyone that wanted to purchase a strata report, they would have to go through a conveyancer or solicitor, or some cases an agent would recommend. You used to have to wait 2-3 days to get one,
Yeah.
and it costs around $250 to $300. Now it's expected as well, because every purchaser goes through saying, can we have a copy of the strata report or get a link to it? So now what happens is we as an agency pre-organise a strata report, and the vendor and us all get a report. We organise a cost for that to begin with.
Who do you recommend for the strata to do those?
I do Rent-A-Kill.
Right.
Rent-A-Kill
Oh, no,
always.
for the
And they still do it.
for the strata
Yeah,
inspections. They
yeah,
do those as
pest
well.
building
do they?
and strata.
Who do you recommend?
Yeah,
The guys that
we've
do
got
it?
2 separate companies that do it. So we've got Before You Bid,
Yeah.
which and they're both very similar models. Before You Bid, and another company called instradaInspection.com. So
But a buyer doesn't have to worry about that.
buyer doesn't have to worry
The
about it.
seller
Yeah.
chooses one of those guys and just runs with it.
Yeah, well, the best thing about it is you used to have to, let's say if you used to go to a few auctions, or even used to go buy, or used to make offers on a few properties, you used to have to spend $250 per
Yeah.
property. And if you don't go ahead or see something in the report you don't like,
Yeah.
it costs you $250 per property. So by the time you actually purchase something, it could have cost you $1,500.
Yeah.
Whereas now you only pay $29 or $49 depending on what they are.
Yeah, it's a great idea. Very
and
good
only
idea
if you're
for
the
people.
successful person, you pay for the amount on the
Yeah.
end. So
Yeah, that's a great idea because people are time poor.
Yep.
Like everyone's time poor. Everyone makes things to be made easier, much easier in life. So if things are done, tick tick tick,
Yep.
win win win. It's not that hard. So
Yep,
yeah,
yep.
it's a really good idea, guys.
All right, so the journey of the buyer, they've done the strata. Oh, we've got lots of comments. All right, guys. So journey of the purchaser, they've done the strata. They've got to get money organised, yeah?
They do have to get money. That's in for. So
That's
before they
important one.
sign, yeah. So if there is a cooling off period, which
Yep.
you do have choices, it's either 50-50,
Yep.
whether cooling off period or no cooling off period. And during that time, that's where you'd do your due diligence, test the stove element tops, test that the aircon works, test everything, and make sure your money's right. I will make sure your money's right. I'll be the one talking to your mortgage broker if you choose me, obviously.
Yep.
But that's my job. I want to make sure you're protected from the get-go. Not at the end, not a step, from the get-go. I'm there,
Yeah.
we get contracts, we get it to me, I then view it, then get it to the agent. Everything, bang, 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 bang.
Organised.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at some comments. Lisa Novak's going off. She's saying massive contracts, great advice. That's incredible from Mel. Rosie, John Sullivan's here. How are you, John? Amano and Amala here as well. So great advice, great topic. So that's awesome, guys. Thank you for your support and thumbs up. So that's cool. Okay, so no questions through there. Now, where were we?
Well, good, people are watching.
People are watching, people are talking,
That's good.
commenting.
Yeah.
So we've gone through the journey for a seller to choose you.
Yeah.
We've gone through the journey for a purchaser to choose you and use your services.
Yeah.
They've got their finance. Now, you've got that finance side of things. Then what do?
Yeah, so then what we do is then, once I say congratulations,
Yep.
sold sticker up, you guys put, I say congratulations, and then I send them the next steps.
Okay.
Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, easy. Okay?
Okay.
ID is needed, declarations are need to be signed. I'm also a justice of the peace, so that also makes me be able to sign anything.
Yep.
Basically. So that's what we do, is we do all of that. Then once I say congratulations to the client,
Yep.
that's when I've sent all the next steps out. Then through that process, before I've also said congratulations, I've also got the formal loan approval in writing.
Yep.
I don't want to be hearing anybody on the phone saying, yeah, it's all okay, it's all good. I don't want to see that, so I tell all my clients.
So that's before they've
black
signed.
and white.
Before they've signed, you make sure you got
Unless
it
there's
in
a
writing.
cooling off period. So
Okay.
if there's a cooling off period, I'm at least speaking to the broker from the get-go, from day one.
Yeah.
And every day up until then, until we get that formal approval. If there's no formal approval, we get the extension of the cooling off period, okay? We nutter that sort of stuff out.
And banks are taking longer to get finance approved. Like, from when the clients
Yeah.
ring you and say, "Yep, we've got an offer accepted," to when they actually sign the contract, approved, signed contract, sold, goes up. How long?
Yeah.
That's much longer, it seems, these days than what.
Yeah, it can be after the big, tribunal and all the, everybody was hauled into the big smoke and whatnot. But it really depends on who you have by your side. I've had brokers that have gotten me it in 24 hours.
Yeah, wow.
Gotten the deal done. Because really, when you are looking for a property that you want to buy, you want it. You don't want to be wasting your time.
Yep.
Whether it's to be doing with
How
talking,
brokers that
speaking, or
quick,
money. It was. They were within the branch, and I don't know. It was. Oh, you know why? I know why. It was because the real estate agents took them in for the valuation on the day that was needed.
Fast.
That's what happened. The agents were fast.
Yeah.
And that's what you guys will do.
Facilitates.
Bang, bang, bang.
Yeah, so that,
you know what I mean?
So the valuation can add an extra day or 2 or 3 or 4.
Exactly.
If they can't get access.
And I think it's pretty important that everything's provided to the broker or to the bank in time as well. Because sometimes it drags out where they still require further documents, and the next minute later it delays the whole process too.
And that gets back to pre-approval. Okay, so that's another great thing. So when I speak to the clients as well, at the start, I'm asking, do they have pre-approval? Because if they've got pre-approval, I know that their wages have been ticked off. I know that they've got that extra money coming, and the pre-approval normally means that only a valuation has to be done. That is normally it. So people get that pre-approval and then shop to your heart's content.
Yep.
As long as you're not paying too much, and obviously people are doing their homework these days.
What's too much?
Too much is what the banks won't, if they can't value it right, then you won't get the money to buy the property. You'd have to have a backup plan is what you'd have to have.
Okay.
If you didn't meet the valuation. So if you lock yourself in at an auction or something like that, at least have pre-approval. Because at an auction, the valuation is not always done before you become the winner and the hammer goes down.
Got it.
That's unfortunate.
Okay.
Yeah.
So guys, with Nicole Johnson, legendary conveyancer on the Northern Beaches, thanks again for coming in. In summary, what do we taught? What do we taught everyone today? What do we learnt today? Sellers.
Yeah, we have learnt to get special advice from a special legal practitioner like myself.
Hey.
That's right. So just get guided get on the right track from the get-go. That's the main thing.
Yep.
Right track from the get-go, then you can't go wrong.
Okay. And then we've gone through a seller journey of what a seller would do in order to sell. We've gone through a buyer's journey of what a buyer would do to sell.
Yeah.
And
then I would during that process, there's normally a 6-week process through that, I would then be dealing with council, water board, land tax, making sure there's a clear title. Yeah, there's a clear title for them to buy the property. We don't want any headaches. We don't want any sloppy baggage left behind. We make sure everything's done and dusted.
So a conveyancer really does absolutely everything. So the broker will do the money side.
Yes.
The conveyancer will do all that paperwork side.
And then the agent does a big hard work in the middle.
Yeah.
The agent does
Sell.
nothing after exchange.
We literally, do you know what? The funny thing is, it's the amount of times that even an agent, like what we get a call in regards to obviously time of settlement, I go, you're probably going to get congratulated by your solicitor way before you get congratulated, because we're the last ones to almost find out a lot of times.
Yeah, all the action happens and the brokers are doing all the loans.
Well, yeah. Well, that's the other thing, because you guys are along the way, that's where I always step in and go, hey, deal done. Then you can say congratulations. And again, everyone's a winner.
Everyone's happy. Everyone's happy. How many out of it, what with a conveyancer? How many face-to-face clients do you generally look at during a week?
Not many.
Is it a busy? Are you sort of with someone every hour of the day, or
no?
Not many?
I am not.
That's pretty cool.
So in 22 years, you know what? I've probably seen about 5% of my clients.
Yep.
Most people don't see my face. They listen to my
Yeah,
voice.
because we've known each other for over 20 years,
Yeah.
and I was like, what does Nicole look like?
Yeah. So here I am. So this is me, and so
So you do most over the phone.
yeah. So everything's over the
Okay,
phone. So
wow, that's
clients are
awesome.
around the world, wherever
Yep.
you are. It's all doable. You know, if life has to be doable. If you don't make it doable, then you're stuck in the mud. So
Yeah, you got to be convenient.
exactly. So I'm on the mobile 24/7. You'll catch me. I'll get on my emails at 11 o'clock at night. No, I don't sleep. Well, I do, but I don't. Got to keep up the beauty sleep.
Yeah.
So but that's what I do. So it's 24/7. You need me. Weekends, call me.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. Nicole, I need to do. Run it by me. I'm here.
Nicole Johnson, kids?
Kids,
How old?
adults now.
Are they?
Oh, my son's 20.
Wow.
His name's Brad, and my daughter is Holly, and she's 18 doing a HSC.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm
Big
very
year,
lucky.
Big year for you.
Oh yeah, it's just a year. Just keep going.
Sports?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, gym,
Which-
yoga,
which is your favourite
Pilates.
gym?
Fresh Start at Narrabeen. I
Nice.
love doing
Good
that.
plug.
Walking the dog every day. Oh, yeah.
Yep. Fresh start Narrabeen.
But
What
yeah,
sort of
you
dog?
asked. 2 Maltese Shih Tzus.
Oh, I got the same.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Well, we had
It's bit puffy, but for me, but they're okay for you.
Well, look, my
I
daughter.
don't like him that much.
Oh, don't
Saying
say that.
Yeah, no, just saying.
No, well, my daughter had a
But that's
Nintendo dog, and it was called Daisy, and I created that dog into a real dog.
Yeah, they're beautiful
And then
dogs.
when
What
she was
colours?
7,
White.
white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then we
no,
had a
good.
litter of 4, and then we gave them out. We kept one, gave
Yeah.
one to my mum and dad, one to my best friend. I don't do it for money, but just kept it all in the family.
So cute.
Beautiful.
Well, thank you, Ange. Any questions?
No,
When are
answered
you
everything.
getting a dog?
Yeah.
That's another
My
good
wife's
thing,
actually
Strata.
begging me for one too, my little one, but
Yeah.
I'm never home to look after the thing.
You
Well,
don't
it's
have
good
to
that
do
the Strata are also getting well in tune with dogs and pets
That's
and
a
things.
big one.
Because
That's a big one. Can you tell us
Fur
about
babies.
that?
Yes,
that is
okay.
a huge one.
Okay, so fur babies.
Okay.
Yes, every
okay, so
client.
I'm a buyer. I come to you and I say, I found this unit and
Yep.
I'm not sure if I can get a dog in there.
Well, the first thing I say to people these days
That's a good
is,
one.
yeah, do you have any fur babies or pets? I say because people have all sorts of pets these days. The other thing is, I ask these days, do you smoke? Because there are bylaws being made where people are allowed to take in pets, but aren't allowed to smoke. So when you are buying a property, do be aware, no one's a judge, but there are people that do get judgmental
Excuse
and
me.
there are making their laws within. Bless you.
Thank you.
There
Well,
are
what they
people
call it,
that are
drifting.
making.
They call it drifting now, the smoke drifting on
Yeah,
they call
into
it
the
drifting, yeah.
balconies of other
I
people.
thought drifting
So,
was in the car when you went sideways, but no, it's
so be
smoke
wary.
drifting.
You know, it's all these things. Just buyer beware. You know, you've got to be aware of what you're buying and the circumstances, and
But they are
specifically
loving
units.
pets. They are loving
They're loving
pets. I know
pets.
from when I started in real estate to now, the attitude's so different. But the
It
pets
is.
are, I don't know, they seem, when you used to say dog, it was like German Shepherd. Now when you say dog, it's
A little
Maltese
lap dog.
Shih Tzu.
Yeah, it's a little lap dog. But the main thing, whenever clients do have pets, and I say you want to take them in, the first thing I say is, right, you start to make up a resume now. And I
Yeah,
get
good.
my client.
That's great advice.
I get my client to do a
Yes.
resume. I get a photo. I say, right, you tell me what vaccinations you've had. I want to see
Smart.
the vaccinations. I want to see.
Yeah.
I want references from neighbours saying that this dog is placid. This dog is this.
Genius.
And
that
I
tonight
have
is the best piece of
everyone-
advice, and you've given plenty of great
Yeah.
pieces, but that one's a cracker.
Yeah, and I've got all my clients have had all their fur babies move in with them. Every single one of them.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's 100% success rate.
That's right.
Nicole Johnson, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Angela, thank you very much.
Thank
Anyone
you.
want to say anything before we close up?
Of what?
Thanks, guys. Cheers. See you later. Thanks, Steve. That was awesome.
Cool.